You can take a guy like Canelo. This guy can do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
You can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather has once again shaken up the boxing world, calling out Terence Crawford just moments after Canelo Alvarez's most recent bout. Renowned for his unshakable confidence and perfect record, Mayweather made it clear he's ready to return to the ring for another high-stakes clash. The potential showdown with Crawford, considered one of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters, has fans and analysts buzzing. As speculation swirls, this bold move adds a fresh layer of intrigue to the ever-evolving boxing landscape. The anticipation is electric.
Ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7-10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford preserved his undefeated record with a dominant performance over Canelo Alvarez, winning by unanimous decision to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. The blockbuster bout took place on September 13, 2025, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, marking one of the year's most anticipated showdowns. Stepping up 2 weight classes, Crawford entered the ring with confidence and composure. Despite Canelo's size and renowned punching power, Crawford masterfully dictated the pace, using slick footwork, pinpoint combinations, and elite boxing IQ to dismantle the Mexican star's usual advantages.
What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I loved the fight, man. I loved the fight. I did not know how it was going to go. I didn't think the weight was going to be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was going to be a problem. But it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen. And I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was going to go. And I knew that Bud was only going to get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease.
Right.
You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
For this fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. backed Terence Crawford with both his words and his wallet, placing a $50,000 moneyline bet at plus 148 odds. Despite Crawford entering the bout as the underdog, Mayweather trusted in his skill set and ring intelligence to overcome Canelo Alvarez. That faith paid off, literally, when Crawford secured a unanimous decision victory, earning Mayweather a $124,000 payout. The bet not only underscored Mayweather's confidence in Crawford, but also showcased his sharp eye for the sport's ever-shifting dynamics.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Mayweather just revealed on social media that he placed a $50,000 bet on Terence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez, and it paid off big. He walked away with $75,000 in winnings, meaning Crawford made Mayweather a cool $74,000 profit. Most people I talked to had their money on Canelo. Only a handful backed Crawford. How much did you win if you bet on Crawford? A couple $100 here, a couple hundred there. But again, the majority were riding with Canelo. We'll be hearing from both fighters soon, Canelo and Crawford, and I'll keep you guys updated. But right now, it's clear, Mayweather bet on Crawford, and it paid off. So, what's next? Who do you want to see Crawford fight next? What about Canelo? Drop your thoughts. Honestly, when I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo edged it. I still think he might have won. I'll have to re-watch it, this time with no audio. The broadcasters were clearly biased against Canelo all week, from the fight build-up to commentary during the match. That kind of stuff definitely affects how the fight is perceived. Meanwhile, Mayweather has made his stance clear in the pound-for-pound debate. Terence Crawford is number one. After Crawford's dominant performance against Canelo, Mayweather praised his skill, discipline, and ability to conquer multiple weight classes. For Mayweather, being pound-for-pound king isn't just about collecting titles, it's about proving your dominance against elite opposition again and again. And in his eyes, Crawford has done exactly that. With an undefeated record and a growing list of top-tier wins, Crawford has firmly established himself as the man to beat in modern boxing.
Know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, was you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Crawford has long admired Mayweather, not only for his brilliance in the ring, but for the strategic way he built and protected his career and legacy. Over time, that admiration evolved into a genuine connection between the two. Mayweather has offered Crawford bits of advice here and there, and Crawford doesn't just listen, he applies it. Their relationship goes beyond surface-level respect. It reflects a deeper bond rooted in ambition, legacy, and a shared understanding of what it truly takes to achieve greatness in boxing.
Fight Hub TV, right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
It's my
two,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because, imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can?
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
In a surprising moment of candor during a post-fight press conference, Canelo Alvarez stated, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." The remark carried weight, especially considering that Alvarez suffered the first loss of his career to Mayweather back in 2013, when he was just 23 and undefeated. Crawford's performance against Canelo was a boxing masterclass. His hand speed, footwork, and tactical precision allowed him to outbox the Mexican superstar over 12 rounds. Despite jumping up 2 weight classes, Crawford expertly neutralized Alvarez's trademark power with sharp defense and pinpoint counterpunching, solidifying his place among the sport's
Well,
elite.
if we remember, Canelo at that, that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other 2 judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah,
to a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose?
20s.
I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want
to make himself look like he did something great.
Following Canelo Alvarez's bold claim that Terence Crawford is way better than Floyd, Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and longtime trainer, offered a sharp rebuttal. He suggested that Canelo's statement was a strategic attempt to boost Crawford's stature, potentially reframing his own loss to Crawford as more justifiable. Jeff pushed back on the narrative, noting that Canelo's defeat to Floyd in 2013 came when the Mexican star was already entering his prime, implying that Floyd, not past his own peak, still outclassed him. He also challenged the comparison of defensive skills, acknowledging Crawford's talent but maintaining that no one, including Crawford, matches Floyd Mayweather's legendary defensive mastery.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. Bud, I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great.
Trainer Greg Hackett has added his voice to the ongoing debate surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, firmly stating that Mayweather remains the superior fighter. While acknowledging Crawford's dominant win over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett believes Mayweather's unmatched defensive skills and exceptional ring IQ still set him apart. He praised Crawford's abilities but stressed that Mayweather's undefeated record and sustained dominance across multiple weight divisions give him the edge in the all-time rankings. Hackett's stance underscores a larger conversation reverberating throughout the boxing world. Who truly stands as the greatest of this era?
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. But I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault, his resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. It's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo. Like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Eddie Hearn has publicly pushed back against Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is superior to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Hearn argued that while Crawford is undeniably talented, his resume doesn't stack up to Mayweather's. He pointed out that several of Crawford's biggest wins came against opponents who were past their prime, whereas Mayweather consistently faced and defeated elite fighters at their peak across multiple weight classes. Though Hearn acknowledged Crawford's impressive victory over Canelo, he emphasized that it doesn't yet compare to the depth and quality of Mayweather's legacy.